Live. How's it going, everybody? My name is Raul.
And I'm Martin.
We are going to go ahead and get this episode started. This is episode 26 of the Mr. Genuine podcast. As you guys know, we have Martin on today. What a blessing. What a day. We're here at home base. We're blessed. And we're going to make this... Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Thank you for coming out, Martin.
Oh, yeah.
An official meeting. We met for the first time on stream. And yeah, I'm really excited to have you on, man. I'm going to ask you a few questions towards the end, and then we'll kind of just have a little discussion.
Here's a little introduction about myself. Please. Is that cool? So, hi, my name's Martin. My artist name is just my full name. Spotify, YouTube, music, Martin Huang, Hoang. My brand is Not Martin, NOTMARTIN, one word. And I am currently in Island Heart with Raul. I play bass. I sometimes play guitar. I do vocals, and Raul is the guitarist of Island Heart. Shout out to Raul for letting me join Island Heart, and thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be on this podcast. And yeah, thank you, Raul.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for coming out, man. Seriously,
thanks for
what a
having
blessing,
me.
and it's quite a treat having you on stage with me and the guys. It's quite a blessing. Actually, quick story. I don't want to take too much of the time of this podcast to kind of like talk about story time, but quick story. Like I had a show at Mikey's shop in downtown, the one I always tell you guys about, and Martin was in the audience. He actually, I didn't realize he already performed there before, so
Yeah. Here's a little lore, how I joined Island Heart. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I ended up just wrapping up the set with Mikey, because actually it was supposed to be a 3-man show, but our lead singer Kwame didn't pull up that night, so it was just me and Mikey, and we just played whatever we could play, and it was a fun night. And then at the end we just asked, hey, come on up and play, come on up and join us if you want to just jam out. And then Martin was the first guy. It was like there wasn't that many people there either.
Yeah.
But
I noticed you guys didn't have a bassist, so I was like, I might as well just fill in bass.
Yeah,
And here we are.
it felt so natural and it felt so right. So it's only fitting that we go ahead and move forward with making more content together and just working together outside of the music, because I love Island Heart and I love music, and I have my own music career, and just to have somebody else join with the same drive and the same ambition, it's quite a blessing. So yeah, that's a little bit of backstory about that. We met in downtown San Diego.
Yeah. Currently, I'm with Raul at his place in San Diego. Pretty nice. San Diego has pretty good weather, honestly. Or at least like recently, it's getting a lot hotter though.
We pay for it. Yeah. We definitely pay for it.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know. Like some people complain about the weather, and some people say this and that about it. But I've been to like Florida, where it's so humid and hot, and I've been to Mexico, where it can get pretty cold and rainy and wet and moisturized, and not like the jungle. But anyways, San Diego is quite a blessing. Like
I heard the beaches in Miami are like warm too compared to the beaches here are cold.
Really?
That's what I heard. At least the beaches, because the weather's always warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to go to Miami one day.
We gotta go.
Yeah, or maybe Orlando.
That'd be crazy.
Cause I want to go to Disney World. I think it's in Orlando. That's why.
Let's go.
Dude, I'm so down. I've never been to Florida in general. Have you?
I've been
You
to
did
Florida.
mention.
Yeah. I went to
Which
Florida.
part?
Shoot. I think near Jacksonville, around there.
Oh, damn.
Near that area. I don't even remember off. I think it might have even been Jacksonville. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, near Jacksonville. It's called Fort Lauderdale. My friend, I think I have a family that been there before. I had a friend online. He lived in Fort Lauderdale. I think it's near Jacksonville in Florida as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong. It's near south, like of Florida, like Miami.
You still friends with this person, or you still like keep in contact?
We used to be really tight, but honestly, like life is busier. We're both, especially he's less more active. He's more involved with things going on in his life, and
Makes sense.
I haven't been able to keep in touch because I've been just busy with life as well.
Yeah.
The band, a
Sure.
bunch of things going on. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's quite a blessing, and that's one thing I actually wanted to talk about today. Is like the people you surround yourself with makes or breaks your future.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
it's quite awesome to have people, especially like Martin, around in my life. I'm actually very selective on who I invite into my home. This is my house.
I feel honored.
and who I invite into my circle, and all my friends are super successful, and Martin, no short of an example of that,
Appreciate it.
man. It's awesome to have you here, man. But yeah, man, I wanted to just quickly bring out the topic of the day, kind of just I'm a big believer of having an abundance mindset. I don't want to get too hippie or crazy about it, but I mean, what's your take on that? Like, do you have an abundance mindset? Do you recommend it? And do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is, but I know, for me at least, I don't even know if there's a word for it, but I always there's always something to improve on, at least something I can work on, and I find kind of that's kind of giving me motivation and kind of a drive every day. Obviously, there's a lot more for me to learn on bass, a lot to learn on guitar in general, just everything else, photography, different art, even just on myself, like becoming a better person, or at least improving and or changing for the better, or just changing because I'm getting older, understanding more. There's always something to learn and something to get improve on. That's, I don't know if that's what you meant by abundant mindset, but that's like
It's
more what
close. It's damn near actually. Yeah.
that's at least what I live by every day.
Yeah, I think that example and that explanation is very close to what I believe what is an abundance mindset and what I've learned too. It's essentially like people believe that they can only do one thing, like they can only go to school and work and be at a band, only sacrifice two to do one. But there's people like you who do all three and some, like the ability to say like, yeah, maybe I could do both, maybe I could do extra, and then just of course like feeling like there's never a lack of anything. That's pretty much what I believe.
And it does lead to burnout, obviously, like because you're always working, but it's always good to take breaks. It's healthy, because obviously you can be like over obsessed with like doing multiple things and keep on pushing it, and it does burn you out if you keep doing that. So it's also good to take breaks and at least rest and or like distract yourself with other hobbies too, which is it's always healthy to always take breaks in general.
Mhm.
Like even for music, it's very healthy to take breaks. Not too long breaks, but at least like so you can just get back into it. And yeah,
It's awesome. I've heard that oftentimes burnout comes because of the fact that people are doing too many things of the things that they don't like to do.
oh yeah,
I know that's what I've heard. Like people like they get burnt out when they're like constantly working all the time on working on something that they don't want to really do. Instead of like, but you can never really get burnt out if you're doing something you always love doing. Like you'll wake up every day excited. You'll wake up like with like that. That's the only thing on your mind. Like you go to sleep hoping to wake up fast so you can like wake up the next day to work on it. And but I mean that's like pretty rare for most people nowadays. I think
there's actually extremes for everything. Like
Hmm.
especially like when you become like, for example, people that become content creators just as a hobby, but then it becomes a job, it becomes burnout for them because now they can't separate like work from like personal and enjoyment. Same with music as well. People do get burned out like going on tours, overworking themselves, even though that's what they love, that's what they spend their whole life trying to achieve. That's why taking breaks, even whatever like your passions or anything, you can definitely get burned out even on your passions. Just it's gotta, there's a balance to everything.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, man. Hopefully, I mean, honestly, we've actually been on a few shows and we've already kind of performed. We toured like a little mini tour of California, like so we went up to LA.
Yeah, we had like a two-day tour, or no, 2-show tour in one day. We went from
That's true.
we went from San Diego and then straight to LA for another gig.
That was something, man. And thank you for driving on the way back.
Oh yeah, of course.
And yeah, man, that's quite an experience to even just to say that I've been on with you, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, but what about what Raul mentioned about driving back? So we finished our show and we went out to eat, and around the time when we finished eating, it was like 4 a.m., bro.
Yeah,
And then we started driving back, and we didn't get back until 6 a.m. The sun was already out when we went back to our headquarters. By the time you went back home, what time was it? Like 7, 8?
Around there. 6 for
Dang.
sure. 6 for sure.
6.
Yeah,
I know
I got home by 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember. We got back at our headquarters literally at 6, like it was 6 on the dot. That's
You would
crazy.
remember. I was out.
Yeah.
I actually got some sleep because, yeah, I had work the next day, and yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
Right.
awesome. The tour life is something that I'm pretty blessed to be a part of, and I'm excited to go to even farther places. Our drummer Mikey plans on taking us to possibly Hawaii, if it all works out. But no pressure.
That's the dream, at least for me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do music as a living. At least not for a living, but I want to experience being able to play gigs, even recording, doing the music videos, doing
And for a living,
the
might as well,
songwriting. Yeah, and then the journey we're going through. I really, that's what I want from at least music or for our band as well. For me, when I put my mind into something, I really commit to it. For example, when I was younger, I used to do like different. I was involved with music, a bunch of content creation and everything, and like gaming and stuff. I was in middle school. I was like a nerd. I did Minecraft and gaming content, but I gave up everything for basketball. I dedicated myself. So I'm that type of person, but like I kind of changed because obviously like I'm back doing music and stuff, but it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Finding at least balance sometimes. Because that's what I really want to do. I want to be a performer. I want to be like in a at least successful band and actually like do what bands do, and that's what I dream doing, performing and writing songs and recording and doing all that.
We're gonna record soon. We're gonna
Yeah.
perform more, and we do have some shows up ahead. But yeah, man, I was gonna ask. You were mentioning basketball. Do you have any like basketball highlights or anything like recording of you doing that
I
anywhere?
don't, but my oldest post on Instagram is from the eighth graders versus eighth graders game, and that same month I think we had like eighth graders versus teachers. I was on that lineup, which is crazy because I actually I did other sports before basketball. I was doing the content creation and gaming at an early age. But I
Right.
also did swimming, tennis, but I gave up those sports for basketball. And I only started playing basketball like in seventh grade. But the
Wow.
reason why I stopped because when I was in high school, freshman and sophomore year, I didn't make the cut. So
Hmm.
I just wanted to go back to finding other things. In sophomore year, I did make it to the swimming team, but I moved schools and
Oh damn.
I got a
That's
varsity
crazy.
letter, yeah, for junior year, but I left after sophomore year. So I went first 2 years at this other high school where I did swimming and basketball and all that. And then the last 2 years, the first year, junior year, when I went to the other school, that's how I formed my first band in junior
Oh, I
year.
see.
And during that time, around I was 15, turning 16, during the summer after sophomore year, that's how I picked up the guitar. And I started playing on an acoustic guitar because our family friend passed away. And I got his acoustic guitar and I started teaching myself guitar and singing. At least I did singing in elementary school, but I mean, doing at the same time singing and playing guitar. And
Wow.
what I learned, I've been self taught. Never got lessons from anything
Hmm.
for guitar, but I have knowledge given to me from lessons of violins and being in advanced choir or not orchestra, being in orchestra, playing the violin and learning music theory to string theory, and then converting that to guitar theory. I started out learning pretty simple songs to learn as a beginner, like Green Day and then
Nice.
Nirvana,
Nice.
beginner
Good
songs.
choices, man. Good choices for sure.
Our
Classic.
first band in high school, we did a lot of Nirvana covers anyway.
I remember you mentioning that. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, real quick, man, I apologize and I'm
Go
sorry
ahead.
for your loss, man, for your friend, by the way, or your family friend. I'm sorry about that. Sorry to hear that, man.
I'm not. I wasn't really actually close to him at all. I was just my uncle's friend that passed away,
I see. I
and
see.
then they just gave me the guitar because he was like he already has like two acoustic guitars. He
Hmm.
gave it to me.
That's awesome. Well,
That's fun.
yeah. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I hear you, man. I was gonna also quickly mention like this. Yeah, I'm a big firm believer in like looking towards the future, and I love to look towards the past to learn from. But was there anything you would change about the past, or just kind of like changing the subject a little bit?
Honestly, I really explained how like I guess it all worked out because eventually I came back to music. Came back to what I used to like,
Yeah,
and that's where I am now. If anything changed, it, it wouldn't be the same, you know.
100%, 100%. Yeah, it's crazy the whole butterfly effect with a lot of things for sure. And then
Yeah.
who knows what we're gonna make? This is our first recording together. Thank you again, Martin. I want to just quickly again shout out to you, man, for coming out and just working so hard
Thanks for having me.
and yeah, dude, of course, man. Real quick again, follow his account, and I'll just just thank you for plugging in your information. Check out Not Martin on Instagram, Twitch,
Martin MP3 on
Spotify. He's on
Instagram.
everything, man.
Martin Huang on Spotify and on Twitch, YouTube, just Not Martin. YouTube.com/NotMartin, Twitch.tv/NotMartin.
I'm an old man. I'm 29 years old. Martin is 23. He's gonna be turning 23 this year, actually.
Yeah, it's gonna be my birthday this Saturday,
Actually, we even have a show this Saturday too.
which is
I'm excited
crazy.
about that.
Same day as my birthday.
100%.
I'm excited that we're both looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna play some music on your birthday, and on a Saturday. I'm excited, man. And yeah, and I've learned all the things I know through the last I've learned it all like the last 5-6 years, and before that, like it's all just been like a huge blur. And I just wasn't like in like the driver's seat most of the time. Like I just wasn't deliberate about being in the driver's seat. But now like that I'm here, I'm like so present. And I'm like I actually kind of let Martin drive, and he actually helped me out with the tech stuff behind the camera and microphones.
Rose talking about the show we had like late May when we had our 2 shows. He's talking about the ride back from LA and the 2 shows we had that same night in LA and in San Diego. That's what Rose was mentioning.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
On the car ride back, yeah.
And everything man, like it's been really impressive. Like you impressed me. You're an impressive person, Martin. I'm glad.
Thank you.
We have a band together. We plan on recording together, and we plan on doing some more work together. And of course, I'm always going to be supporting you and following your stuff whenever I can, man.
Me too, man. I'm always going to be supportive of you as well.
Thank you.
I like what you do. I like your content. I like the stuff you added with recorded too with Kwame, with Sundials. I really like the songs. I like how, you're really talented too.
I appreciate it, Martin. Thank you, man. Same to you, man. I
appreciate it.
I always try my best to just stay busy, but sometimes I don't always get on the content train. But I'm doing it now. This is it. This is like the fun part of the content creation, like being people like you, man. This is awesome. I'm excited. Real quick, I'm gonna plug in our show. We have a show this Saturday on the 7th on Martin's birthday. So if anybody is in downtown,
it's gonna be in downtown San Diego at the Beat. Address 1129 Broadway Street. I think that's the address.
Yeah.
It's gonna start around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Usually starts a little bit later, 6:30, 5 to 6. Doors will open. Yeah, we're gonna be playing downtown this Saturday, June 7th, 2025.
Thank you, Martin.
We're gonna be playing with Xenora, Ghost Scarlet, Unpolished, with us, Island Heart, and then there's one more band, Madam Bomb, I think. Yeah, those are the bands that are gonna be playing with us this Saturday night.
It'll be a fun show.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are gonna show up. Actually, I'm excited. I think we're gonna be like the second to last one.
We're gonna be we're gonna be the last one.
Last one's up. Okay.
On the 28th, though, we're gonna be second to last. That was the one with Phantom and the other ones.
No way.
Yeah, awesome. that was for the 28th. Yeah.
I'm excited about that, man. A lot of things to look forward to, and it's all gonna happen once we just knock out these next couple days, and of course take care of our work. In fact, one of the things I like to do with the podcast, man, is actually start it off by cutting like the people watching. Like, hey guys, stop watching the video. Stop it. Go take a break, because people have been watching for 17 minutes and 18 seconds. And I always just tell them, like, hey guys, your life might not improve by watching this video. And I just encourage all of you guys to just go home and just really evaluate, how much time you spend watching videos, and just be effective on your day to day to accomplish your goals and to be as efficient with that as possible. And I just want to encourage you guys to do that.
And here's 5 seconds. If you guys want to pause the video right now, go grab a water, go grab something to eat, or at least, if you want to, this is the best time to pause the video. Definitely, get some water, hydrate.
I left my coffee over there, but I'll grab it later.
I just finished my drink, but we'll continue with our podcast now.
Yeah, because it's super important to, I think, just to mention that. I think for my content, like, I wanted to even talk a little bit about what the whole point of this whole Mr. Genuine thing is about, if that's okay. Just quickly mention it. I like to just talk about things that have improved my life. And also, one of the big reasons why I like recording and just being on camera is because it actually forces me to be better at speaking. It forces me to be better at being in front of the camera. It forces me to be even as efficient with my own, like, decision making and talents, and just to be able to say, okay, I have the skill to be able to get in front of cameras, and I want to just influence and inspire people to do the same thing. Like, if I can do it, you guys can do it too. If I, a normal person, get somebody like Martin on screen with me, you guys can do it too. Maybe you guys can't hire Martin because but 100%. Somebody somebody of the same caliber within your sphere, because I'm a pretty fortunate and blessed person. I really can't emphasize enough how blessed I am. Like I said, I'm here at home. And Martin came out to where I live to come out here and record the studio, and you'll be getting your check in the mail. I just if you don't mind, just waiting a little bit, Martin.
Hey, Raul, I also want to mention, when I started my brand and my YouTube channel, I used to, before I got back making gaming content, I started out with doing vlogs and podcasts on my YouTube channel as well.
Look at, I have to watch them.
I only have one episode though, one podcast episode.
Is it the one with like you doing that like haunted thing, or like that one like abandoned amusement park?
No, that's the newer videos. It was like way like in 2017, 2018. I only have one podcast video. I was recording. Well, I mean, I was doing the same thing as you, doing a podcast on Twitch, but I never really downloaded those VODs and started editing those, because those are lost media, I guess, now. But I do want to start continuing my podcast. I only have one episode, and I can definitely make more in the future. I can get back.
Do it.
Right now, recently, I've been making covers, making more content on my platforms right now too. TikTok,
Mhm.
YouTube, Instagram, everything. And I might even start streaming more on Twitch.
Saw that, man. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Please do it, man. I always encourage you. One of my favorite things about recording too is the fact that we can look back and watch these videos. I always make it a point to mention that in like all of my recordings when possible.
Yeah.
Like you won't be this handsome forever, you know, Martin.
True,
Like,
true.
you won't be this
Yeah.
like this version of you.
We only have
forever.
one life, you know?
Yeah, man, and that's one of the big reasons why I started this podcast. Is like, all right, if I'm gonna spend my weekends, I want to do something at least for an hour, like that I'm consistent with, because I've been recording at least once a week. I try to land on the weekends, but sometimes I think I have like one-off recordings on a Monday and shit like that. But like it's very rare that I don't hit on the weekends or on the Friday. So that's what one thing I try to keep with and try to be consistent with every week. But sometimes I'm not always motivated to do it. But yeah, anyways, I'm glad you're on, man. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Because right now you're forced to be in this video right now. You're forced to be here right now.
I mean, I want to be here, and also Raul invited me, and I'm glad I'm able to make it to this podcast and be here for this video.
Thank you, Martin.
Yeah.
I think we're about to wrap it up pretty soon, if that's all right. I do have one question for you, though.
Well, what's up?
So I always try my best to ask this question. Actually, you're technically my second guest on the podcast, so I do appreciate you, Martin, for coming out. My first guest was my mom. I mentioned that before. My dog Jersey was in was in the video too.
Oh, really?
So that's what point 92 of a viewer is. It's a dog, bro. So I had her on, so technically that's a guest, but an official human guest. So you're my second one, man.
Hell yeah!
And,
thanks for having me,
dude.
man.
I couldn't have picked a
Thank you for
better
having
day
me.
to just, and also thank you for making the time, man.
Of course.
And yeah, man. So I always want to ask this question, and I'm gonna do this for everybody moving forward. All right, you're going to Mars. Your flight is today, and you can only leave one message behind on Earth.
Oh shoot!
What is your one message, and why? Or just what is your last message to leave behind to the people here on Earth?
I kind of had this conversation earlier today, but if you want to start, like, if you think you're too old to pick up an instrument or learn something, there's it's never too late. At least if you try, at least you know you tried. If it works out, and if you want to keep practicing it or pursue, for example, if you don't like playing bass, if you want to try guitar instead, or start guitar and try bass, or if you want to try a different instrument instead, like play drums, you may say that you're too old and you won't get as good as if you were younger, but if you want to like start anything, if you want to start a new hobby, start something new, or just go for it. Even though it won't be easy at first, learning anything in the start is always going to be very difficult. It's not going to be easy, and it's not even going to be easy being consistent with it or keep practicing. You'll have to find, because it's not just motivation. For example, when I go to the gym, I make it as a routine. If you only go based on only motivation, obviously, like, you only go if you want to. But if you make it a routine to practice, if you make it a routine to go to the gym, it's gonna greatly improve like mentally, physically. You go to the gym, or honestly, like, you'll see progress eventually. It's not easy to see progress in the beginning, obviously, but like I said, if you ever want to start a new hobby, start a new skill, you're never too old, you're never too young. If you want to do anything, just go for it. And that's my and if it doesn't work out, at least you know you tried. And that's my message I want to give, my last message, if I was going to give my last message out to anyone.
That's awesome. I wish you a safe flight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Martin. At least I know that you'll be leaving behind a powerful message, because you'll be, when you get back to Earth.
Was it really that powerful?
It was, man. Because
Really?
like you're gonna inspire millions of people to play so many instruments or try so many new things.
Yeah.
I think maybe even billions, man. If you really put your mind to it, because that's
Oh, yeah.
it. And yeah, man. I could even add on to that whole message, bro. But I think that's perfect, just the way you ended it and the way you explained that, man.
Honestly,
Thank you.
like,
Thank you.
I was
from Earth and those on Earth, we thank you,
dude, honestly, like, before I played the bass, bro, I never owned a bass until recently. I played guitar a lot longer, but because I kind of put my mind to it, like I said, I got better. I practiced, and I still have obviously a lot more to learn, to improve on, but that's what it takes: time, commitment, experience, and you'll see progress eventually.
Yeah, man. I've heard this, like, this notion of purpose. You know, like if you make it like your sole purpose to do it, or like there's more reasons for you to do it than
You
just
have more drive.
Yeah, like but you hit it right on the nail, man. Like sometimes motivation is not enough, and I love to mention that too in these videos and these podcasts.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's exactly right, man. Like
Yeah.
It can only take you so far.
You can't really only rely on only motivation, on anything.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you, Martin, for that, man. We're actually gonna go jam out after this and just
yeah.
enjoy the night.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you so much, Martin. I appreciate it, man. Seriously. And if you guys have any other questions or if any requests, send them down the bottom, in the comments, and just follow Martin. This guy.
VI Raw on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Martin.
On Instagram, I'm notmartin.mp3. NOT. My name Martin.mp3. And then my socials, everything's in my bio on Instagram. You'll see my YouTube, everything there. And thanks for having me, Ro.
Thank you, Martin. Alrighty. Well, that's it, guys. As always, stay safe, drink lots of water, and appreciate your time, guys. I'll see you in the next podcast, in the next recording, in the next video. Peace out, guys. Bye. Thank you, Martin.